Austen Lane, Action Sports Jacks on ESPN 690, giving you my three takeaways, my three observations as the Jaguars lose to the Green Bay Packers 20-24. In a nail-biter, Green Bay, you were worried, and you better thank your lucky stars. I'm telling you right now, thank whoever you pray to that the Green Bay Packers won this game. Because I was going to go out there in this COVID pandemic that you guys going on in central Wisconsin. I was going to go to JD's Corner Bar, going to buy about 10 pull tabs. I was going to shout Duval. Then I was going to take my talents to the Pickle in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Maybe go to the Brat, buy a case of Boone's Farm for $50, and then shout Duval. Then I was going to take my talents to Appleton, Wisconsin. I was going to go to the Wooden Nickel, sing a little Journey karaoke, have a couple half-apps and taps. Then I was going to say Duval. I had it all set up. Unfortunately, the Jaguars couldn't pull it out, but still a pretty entertaining victory. But here's the thing. You know how I feel about entertaining victories. Either you win or you lose. Now, 99% of the Jaguars fans out there that are hoping for this team to tank, congratulations. This was a great day for you because not only did the Jaguars obviously lose and now they're still in the Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields sweepstakes, but there was a lot of players that got their shine on today. And that's observation number one. Let's go to the offense real quick. Now, yes, Jake Luton didn't have the best day. 169 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I wasn't there. But you can assume that the wind was actually the real deal here because, Aaron Rodgers had a couple good passes, but everything just kind of looked off on both passing offenses. So I think that wind was actually the real deal. The weather played a factor a little bit. But once again, and this is the silver lining of all silver linings every single week, and it's James Robinson. James Robinson over 100 yards rushing once again. Anytime you get the guy the rock, good things happen. And anytime you get the guy, the rock over 20 times a game, good things happen. I like the fact they tried to implement him in the pass game a little more, but it didn't really work that well. Green Bay did a really good job of snuffing out the screen passes and kind of like those wheel routes. So Robinson didn't really do much in the pass game like I wanted to see, but he was an absolute dog, and I mean an absolute dog in the run game. And I say this every single week. Jacksonville, you guys got one here in James Robinson. Don't worry about the draft. Don't worry about free agency. Maybe bringing a third down back here or there, but James Robinson is going to be the guy going forward without a doubt. And a special tip of the cap goes to Keelan Cole as well. 2 touchdowns. Jumps in the stands. I think the first time a Jacksonville Jaguar has jumped in the stands. It's unfortunate that there wasn't any crowd members there to dump some Janufka on him or a Miller High Life or a Bratwurst to get the full Lambeau Field experience. But nevertheless, Keelan Cole have a day, making the punter look absolutely ridiculous. Sometimes we call punters athletes, and plays like that, that's why we don't call them athletes. So Keelan Cole, hell of a day to you too as well. Observation number 2. The defense. Listen, under 30 points, obviously. Frustrating Aaron Rodgers. And once again, the takeaway, the silver lining of this loss, something that you like going forward. And listen, I don't agree with this number. Who cares, though? You keep playing like this. It is what it is. Devon Hamilton is an absolute beast. He's a menace in the backfield. And when he came out of Ohio State, I was very adamant. I liked his first step. And I compared him to Marcel Darius a little bit. Maybe not the biggest guy. I mean, obviously he's bigger than Marcel Darius. But in terms of the first step, I think Devon Hamilton's coming along nicely. And that's the biggest thing. If you have the first step, well, then the hand placement, the pass rush moves, all that stuff's going to come later. But you can't teach the first step. And Devon Hamilton, maybe more than any game than today, he showed that. He showed that this guy's going to be a force to be reckoned with going forward. He's done a fantastic job filling in for Avery Jones while Avery's been out. And once again, Jacksonville, I think he got one there in Devon Hamilton. Only a rookie, keep in mind, showing a lot of promise right now. And Myles Jack, I don't know what we got to do in the media to give this dude an all-pro nod, but he's playing like that right now. Whether it's shutting down the receivers, shutting down tight ends, running back, it doesn't matter. Causing turnovers. Myles Jack is playing at an all-pro level right now. And unfortunately, he's on a defense that's, been obviously breaking a little bit the entire season. I really hope that Myles Jack gets the credit that he deserves this year so far because he's playing at an outstanding level and definitely a captain of this Jaguars defense. And another little thing too, props to Todd Wash. I understand that Jaguars fans don't like giving a lot of props, but I thought the game plan on Aaron Rodgers was great. We talked about it on the show. You had either two options. You sit back and force Aaron Rodgers to beat you, or you go after him. And the Jacksonville Jaguars chose the latter once again, what you saw against Deshaun Watson. They were sending 5. They were sending 6 from everywhere. Josh Allen looked great. Chason showed up today a little bit as well. Just a lot of great stuff going forward now. A lot of confidence building, if you will, for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, don't get me wrong. They didn't win the game, so let's keep it in perspective. But I thought there was a lot of great stuff to build on. Observation number 3. And this goes back to the hearsay, the Twitter feeds, if you will. Tom Pelissero came out and said before the game that Joe Schobert supposedly, and by the way, Tom, you got to snitch on the guy, but he actually reported that Joe Schobert said that the coaches in that locker room told their players, expect some changes. This is a one-game season right now. And you saw the Jaguars come out fired up. You saw the Jaguars come out in a stadium of 0 people in the Wisconsin cold. Well, it wasn't that, it was over 30 degrees, so everyone relax and say it was that cold. Josh Allen, I saw you with your shirt off out there. I respect it, but it wasn't Wisconsin cold, just to set the scene for everybody. But still, they're on the road against a great Packers team, one of the best teams in the NFC, against one of the best quarterbacks in all of football, against one of the best run games in all of football. And I thought for the most part the Jaguars showed up, especially in that run game. Held the Green Bay under, I think, 100 yards rushing. There was a couple long passes, Valdez-Scantling had a day. Sometimes those things happen. I'm not going to get too stressed out about that. But I think that this Jaguars team came out motivated, knowing that maybe some people's jobs were on the line, like Tom Pelissero was reporting and snitching on Joe Schobert, if you will. And I think that's very telling, too. If there's already rumblings saying, hey, if this team falters, if this team looks really bad, there could be some coaching changes. I don't ever celebrate someone losing their job, but I'm glad to hear that there's constructive steps being made now where if this team falls by the wayside even worse than it has all season, there's going to be repercussions. And in those repercussions, you can maybe start trying to go after a new coaching staff or at least doing your due diligence and doing some research on that. So Green Bay Packer fans, everyone back home, y'all got lucky. Celebrate this win. Clean it up, Green Bay, all right? Should have been that close. Jacksonville, you shouldn't have won that game. You know how I feel about it. To all you tanking fans out there, congratulations. I'm not one of them. You know how I feel about it. Catch us tomorrow on ESPN 690 starting at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Central Time. Check your local listings. I'm Austen Lane. Y'all stay casual, and y'all have a good one.